What's up, everybody? It's Crypto Clay here. How's everybody doing this evening? I hope everybody's having an awesome day. After tonight, you might not be feeling as hot as you were earlier because we've got some awful news to talk about tonight. And unfortunately, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but somebody has to talk about these things because the things that we're going to be discussing tonight are very vital for your security, the security of everybody else around you, and, you know, just making sure that funds are safe. The hack that we're going to be talking about tonight could potentially lead to the theft of millions, if not billions of dollars. And we're not just talking about cryptocurrencies, we're talking about bank accounts, we're talking about social security numbers, we're talking about identities. Identities could be stolen and sold on the black market. So everybody that's watching tonight, please pay attention to what we're going to be discussing this evening, because it's vital for you, it's vital for everyone. Even if you're not a cryptocurrency user, even if you've just started using computers, this pertains to you. Even if you have a computer that's 20 years old, this still pertains to you, because this hack or this exploit, I should say, that has been found has affected all computers up to 20 years of age because of a hardware defect. So before we get into that, I have something else that I would like to talk about before we discuss that specific thing. But also, before we even get into that, I just want to let everybody know that the way this is structured is I talk about one or two topics that, you know, I've been doing research on all week, and then at the end I open it up to Q&A so that anybody in the audience can ask questions, and I do my best to answer them. Now, I don't claim to be an expert. I'm not a cryptocurrency expert. I'm not a blockchain expert. I do the best that I can off of research that I do in my own home. So I don't have all the answers. However, I will do my best to answer as many questions as possible. That is my goal, and I always try to fulfill that. And even if there's something that I can't give you an answer on right away, I can do my best to look it up or have somebody else look it up and give you that answer eventually. But that's always been my goal. I want to educate, I want to help others understand blockchain technology the way that I do, so that they can appreciate it as much as I do. Because in the end, I think we all hope that this is going to be a revolution as far as technology goes. So all of that being, you know, out of the way now, the first thing that I want to talk about today, let's just get into it, guys. Hopefully you guys can see this. I'm using a new streaming service, so I don't know if you guys can actually see everything that I'm doing right now. Hopefully you guys can see this though. So the first thing that I wanted to talk about is something that I've actually been talking about for months now. BitConnect is basically a lending platform. Let's move this a little bit. BitConnect is a lending platform that essentially can make you upwards of 40% a month. And the whole way that it works is I give you a referral link, you join off of me, your buddies join off of you, and it's basically set up like a pyramid scheme. You know, I scratch your back, you scratch mine, and the more people join off of your referral links and your friends' referral links, you get a percentage of that person, and then their friend, and then their friend, and then 3 of their friends, down the line. So supposedly you're supposed to get a cut off of all of these people. Now, anybody with a brain can tell you that that's not sustainable. It's not. Mathematically, it is not sustainable. We can't all become millionaires because if you were to do the math, if you were to put $1,000 into a fund like this, if you were to put $1,000 into a fund like this and earn 1% a day for an entire year, I believe that would be over $1 million. I haven't done the math by hand recently, but the last time I checked, I think that would be over $1 million earned in a matter of 1 year. And that's with compounding interest, right? So that's if you were to take the money that you earn each day and compound that and earn 1% on that. And that's what they're claiming to earn, 1% a day that you can compound on top of your last earnings. That's not possible, guys. It's literally not possible. Even with all the volatility in the world, it is not possible. It's just not. Mic levels are low? Okay. Let's turn this bad boy up. How's that now? Is that better? Is that better or worse? Can you guys hear me a little bit better now? I apologize about mic levels. This is my first live stream with my new setup, so you guys are going to have to let me know how I sound. Hopefully this is a little bit better. Hopefully. Just let me know. Let me know if I need to turn it up a little bit more. I can do that. I can definitely do that, guys. But anyways, what I wanted to talk about was Texas regulators have actually ordered BitConnect to cease and desist marketing securities. They've labeled it as a security, and they have written a formal cease and desist letter. And this is a copy of that cease and desist letter. Essentially, what they're saying is BitConnect is no longer allowed to operate in the state of Texas. Now, BitConnect doesn't operate in the United States at all, so this technically doesn't really affect them. As you can see, the company is licensed in London, England, so it doesn't affect them personally. However, they can no longer market to anybody living in the state of Texas. Anybody that is using this platform in the state of Texas will be blocked from they will be IP blocked from using this specific platform. So essentially what somebody would have to do in the state of Texas if they used this platform was use a VPN to be able to access it. Now, after seeing regulators actually crack down on this and say this is securities fraud, I can't understand for the life of me why the price of BitConnect has not dropped. Let's take a look at this, guys. Let's go down. Okay. It's down 7% right now, but everything is down right now because Bitcoin has been on a bull run all day. So I can't understand why people are thinking that this is okay. It's not. BitConnect is a scam. I've said it for a very long time. It's a Ponzi scheme. It's basically taking Peter's money and paying Paul. And anybody that thinks that they're actually earning 1% a day off of trading volatility is just completely blind to what's going on around them. They're basically they had to have been born yesterday. It's very okay. Let me put it this way. The crypto scene has been doing incredibly well over the past year. people see this and they want to get in on the action, and they don't know exactly what they should invest in. So the first thing that they might see is somebody on YouTube or on some forum posting their referral links to this site saying, hey, join me. This is how you can earn 1% a day. Crazy, right? Well, let me prove to you that it's not so crazy, because I've been earning 1% a day. Well, what happens whenever the bottom falls out? What happens whenever they can't get any new money in? What happens then? Where are they going to pull funds from? And I think, this is just a hunch, guys, I think that their ICO, BitConnect X, is where they're trying to pull new funds from, because they might be running out of funds. They might be running out of funds entirely to pay the 1% out a day to each of their investors. Because Ponzi schemes eventually have to fail, guys. They eventually have to crumble and die. So what I see whenever I see this ICO being implemented by BitConnect is, well, this is just another source of revenue to pay out our current investors. And anything that we make over that is just going to go in our pockets. Whoop. So it really saddens me to see that this is still on CoinMarketCap. I know I went on Reddit a few months ago and I saw that there was a petition to get BitConnect taken off of CoinMarketCap, because the majority of crypto people that have been in the crypto scene for a while know that this is a scam. They've proven that it's a scam using math and science. They've proven that this is not possible to sustain. And yet somehow, it's still around and CoinMarketCap has not taken it off. So maybe BitConnect is paying CoinMarketCap to keep them listed. I don't know. I can't tell you what's going on behind the scenes. I will tell you this. If you have money in BitConnect and you're still reinvesting it every single day, get your money out. Get your money out as soon as possible. Get your money out and never look back. You will not be disappointed. There are so many projects out there right now that can offer you actual returns on things that matter. There are so many brand new projects out there that are trying to be the first in their field, that are trying to solve problems, that are trying to make the world a better place. And you have the opportunity to be in on the ground floor for those things, instead of investing in a Ponzi scheme like BitConnect. You know, like, I've said it for months now that I don't appreciate what BitConnect does, and hopefully, this cease and desist letter is just another way to prove that you need to get your money out of BitConnect. And I hope that some people that use BitConnect are watching this, or do watch this afterwards, and maybe learn a thing or two. Hopefully they get their money out before it's too late. That's all I wanted to say about that, guys. Let's move on to the bigger issue of what I wanted to talk about today. So, actually, there was one more thing, guys. So some of you might know who Crypto Nick is. Crypto Nick is a YouTuber who has 184,000 subscribers on YouTube, and he basically shills BitConnect on almost all of his videos. It's actually how he's earned most of his money on the market. He has earned most of his money off of referral links, and he's a millionaire now. He's actually a millionaire because so many people have used his referral links on BitConnect. But I just want to show you guys something. Today he was asked a very simple question about cryptocurrencies, And I just want to show you his response to this very simple question. Let me just show you guys something.
He said, Nick, what's the difference between private key and public key? So on your, here, let's see. Actually, I probably shouldn't show anything from my blockchain wallet, because if I do click on settings, it will show a lot of, private information. But I'm not really exactly too sure what a public key is. I know I use it to log into my blockchain wallet, but most...
Okay. Wow. Gosh, I get heated whenever I hear that. Somebody asked him a very simple question. They asked him, Nick, what is the difference between a public key and a private key? Anybody that has been in the crypto scene for a while now knows how simple of a question that is. It is the most simplest cryptography question to answer. In any cryptographic network, you have a public key and a private key. Your public key basically states like, hey, this is who I am on this network. If you want to reach me, this is how you do it. This is my public key. Your private key is something that only you can access. You never want to display your private key to anybody else, because that's actually how you utilize the network itself. It's how you gain access to your entire platform. So in a blockchain, it would be your wallet. So your public key would be your address that people send funds to and what people see whenever you send funds to them. Your private key would be what you would use to gain access to your wallet if you were to ever, uninstall your wallet and want to reinstall it later on. So if you wanted to back up that wallet, you would do so with the private key. It is that simple. That is all public key and private key is, and he could not answer that simple question. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Christopher De La Cruz. So essentially, somebody asked him what the difference between a public key and a private key was, and he could not answer what the difference was. That's what happened. He's somebody that shills BitConnect, and that just goes to show you the type of people that shill BitConnect. I just wanted to prove a point with that. He knows nothing about cryptography. He knows nothing about blockchain technology, and yet he has 184,000 subscribers that listen to his advice on what to invest in cryptocurrencies. That is sad. That is incredibly sad, guys. Incredibly sad. Now, I can't blame him because he's a child. He's 17 years old. I blame the people that listen to him. I blame those people because they are ignorant and they don't do their own research. They listen to the first person that they see. It is our job to educate those people and let them know what this technology actually is. Because this technology can be disrupting. It has that potential. So it's our job to educate those types of people. All right, moving on. All right. I am really scared, guys, as to what's going to be happening over the next year. I am terrified to see what's going to happen. I said it earlier, I think that millions, if not billions of dollars are going to be lost due to this hack. For those of you that have no idea what I'm talking about right now, I'm talking about Meltdown and Spectre. And essentially what these are, I'm just going to read off this first top paragraph. Meltdown and Spectre exploit critical vulnerabilities in modern processors. These hardware bugs allow programs to steal data which is currently processed on the computer. While programs are typically not permitted to read data from other programs, a malicious program can exploit Meltdown and Spectre to get hold of secrets stored in the memory of other running programs. This might include your passwords stored in a password manager or browser, your personal photos, emails, instant messages, and even business-critical documents. Wow. So what exactly did I just read? Essentially, what this is saying is the hardware that is built into your CPU, your processor, the operating system that runs on that hardware can access any memory on your computer. It can access it and pull it up. Hackers can use this design, this flaw, to pull that memory from your CPU. They can create keyloggers. They can see anything that has ever been stored on your hard drive. They can see anything that you've ever looked up on the internet, any passwords that you have ever stored on the internet. This is huge, guys. Everyone needs to know what this is. Meltdown is specifically attributed to Intel processors, and Spectre affects all processors. Meltdown is definitely the worst of the two because it allows more access to your files. However, both are bad. They are both terrible, terrible exploits and could cause a lot of problems for a lot of people around the globe. So, what can we do? What can we do to protect ourselves? What can you do to protect yourself? That's what we're going to be talking about. For anybody that, just heard what I said about what it is, I hope that you're just as terrified as I am, because this is most likely going to end up being the biggest hack we have ever seen on the internet. And the sad part about this is it has been known for 8 months. The people that found this exploit have known about it for 8 months. Intel has known about this for 8 months. And guess what? Guess what the CEO did? Guess what the CEO of Intel did? The CEO of Intel, like I said, has known about this exploit for 8 months. Well, back in October, he decided, you know what? I'm going to sell all of the shares of my stock in Intel that I possibly can, that I am legally able to sell. And that's exactly what he did 2 days before this exploit was brought to the media. That is bullshit, guys. This guy does not care about you. He doesn't care about me. He doesn't care about anybody but himself. All he cares about is his money. This could potentially be one of the worst things we have ever seen online, and he does not give a shit. All he cares about is his money. Show me the money. It's bullshit, guys. Maybe what he could do is take some of that money that he just earned off of his shares and put it towards finding a better solution, because right now their only solution for this is a software patch, guys. Can you believe that? It's a hardware issue and they're going to patch it with software. They're not going to recall our processors. They're going to patch it. Guess what, though? That patch could be exploited. And a patch after that could be exploited. Now, I'm not saying that Intel is not doing the best they can to patch this with a software patch, because they probably are. They're probably working day and night right now to make sure that this gets fixed. The problem with that, though, is probably about 30% of all people are running Windows systems that are basically stolen. They're not running legit Windows systems. They're not running legit Windows operating systems. And those people can't update their Windows. So Windows is going to be rolling out with a patch for this soon, and those people are screwed. Another thing is, somebody brought this to my attention earlier whenever I was talking to them about it. The people that crack Windows and put it on like BitTorrent and Pirate Bay for everybody to download could easily recognize that the systems that did download their pirated versions, they could go in and exploit those systems specifically. And they have all of their IPs. They have lists of IPs of all of the people that downloaded those pirated versions. And they know that they can target those people because they can't update and patch their systems. It's really, really, really sad what's going on. This is one of the worst things that I've ever seen. And it could potentially be a crisis. You know, even people that can update their systems doesn't mean that they will or even know how to update their systems. Well, you might say, Clay, auto update is a thing. They could just, you know, not even have to worry about it as long as they keep their computer turned on. Yeah, that might be true for newer systems, but this affects systems 20 years old. Auto update has not always been a thing. So this is going to have massive implications. And I think this guy, the CEO of Intel, needs to be prosecuted for insider trading, because that's exactly what this is. Nobody knew about this, and yet he sold all of his shares 2 days before the masses found out about this. That's insider trading if I've ever seen it. But because he's a rich man, because he's a very, very wealthy man, he'll probably just get a slap on the wrist and be told, hey, pay us millions of bucks and we'll forget about this. It's sickening is what it is, guys. It really is. So that's what's going on right now with processors. That is the exploit that I was referring to, and I want you guys to go and do your research about this, because you need to know when these patches are going to be rolling out for your specific systems. It affects all operating systems. We're talking Linux, we're talking Windows, we're talking Mac OS. It affects all systems, even cell phones. So you need to know when a patch is going to be rolling out for your specific operating system, guys. So keep your eyes open and keep your ears open for whenever yours rolls out, because I saw that Windows is planning, or maybe it was, I think Google is coming out with an update for Chrome next week. That's another thing, guys, that I wanted to mention. Chrome actually encrypts your passwords whenever you save them, but Mozilla Firefox, if you're using Mozilla Firefox, they do not encrypt your passwords whenever you save them. So you need to keep that in mind as well if you're using Mozilla Firefox. You might want to think about switching to a different browser. Now, I know how fast Mozilla Firefox is. It's incredible how fast it is. But What's more important to you guys? You need to figure that out. Security or speed? That's on you to decide. For me personally, I care more about my security than speed any day. So I use Chrome. So that is what this exploit is. Let's talk about ways that you can keep yourself safe. All right. So this one is going to be specifically for passwords. Now, if you have ever logged in to your bank online, if you've ever used a wallet for cryptocurrencies online, if you've ever accessed any of your health records online, if you've ever used your social security number online, for any reason, you need to go to those websites and change your password immediately. So things like Facebook, Twitter, things like that, where they have all of your information, all of your basic information, you need to change your password. And here's what I'm going to be doing. I just wanted to show you guys this program. It's basically a way to encrypt all of your passwords. It's called KeePass, and this is freeware. You can download this. Look it up on Google. Essentially what it does is create passwords for you, random encrypted passwords. You need to have the password for the entire database itself, but that is the only password that you need to remember. Everything else is created randomly and encrypted. So you create a password, or you basically name something. You name a specific website, I guess you would say, that you go to, that you need a username and password for. You would type that in here. Edit view entry. So sample entry, let's say Coinbase. And then username Coinbase Clay. And then boom. You would, let's see. Then you would click generate a password. So there we go. It would create a random password, and you would copy and paste that into wherever it is that you would copy and paste that into whatever website it is that you're using. So this is one line of defense. Now, it is not going to protect you from this hack. This is just one line of defense. Another line of defense is on any of these websites that you're using two-factor authentication. Now, I know that there are hacks for that out there as well. People can definitely use the SIM card hack that is currently going around, where they hack your Google account and retrieve your SIM card, place a SIM card in their phone, attack your account, and steal all of your two-factor authentications. That's definitely a thing. But again, just another line of protection. So you add this to two-factor authentication and you have two lines of protection already. And this just goes to add on to more and more. And then do not save any of your passwords on any of the browsers that you're using. They're already saved in this database if you use this, like I'm telling you to, so you don't have to worry about that. So essentially, just copy and paste your usernames and your passwords from this database to whatever website you're using. And then people can't log the keys. So essentially what I mean by that is, with a keylogger, anytime you were to type in a username and password using a keylogger, if somebody were to use this exploit and use a keylogger on your system, they would be able to see anything that you type in. It's really scary, guys. But again, this is one line of defense. Two-factor authentication could be another line of defense. So that's like, this is for if you use online banking. This is defense for using online banking or something like that. Now, when it comes to cryptocurrencies, we're talking about a completely different beast, because right now there are only two ways to really protect yourself from getting hacked, getting your private keys hacked on your computer. There are really only two ways that you could prevent that from happening. One is a paper wallet. So if you were to go to like bitcoinpaperwallet.com or any other cryptocurrency that you enjoy and download a paper wallet and print it out and send all of your funds to that paper wallet, that could protect you. Paper wallets are one of the safest ways to keep your funds from getting hacked, because it's never online. And the only way that somebody could ever get a hold of these funds is if they swept this paper wallet using the private key on it. So they would physically have to have this paper wallet in their hands to be able to steal funds from you. The second way that you can protect yourself, is with a hardware wallet. Now, right now, Ledger wallet is on back order, and they will not have new orders out until March 20th. So if you were to purchase one right now, you wouldn't be able to get it for another 2 months. However, I definitely think it's worth the wait, guys. Hardware wallets are by far the best way to keep your funds safe. And if you're going to be buying cryptocurrencies that are worth more than $100, you need to buy one of these hardware wallets and keep those funds safe. Because exchanges can be hacked, your passwords can be hacked. Anything online can be hacked with this. But a hardware wallet is not affected because the processor inside of it is not one that was affected by this exploit. There have actually been studies over the past couple of days that they've been testing to see if this exploit affected them, and hardware wallets have stood the test. So I'm really, really happy about that, and I'm glad with my purchase. I've got my hardware wallet, I've got my Ledger right here, guys. I love this thing. It protects me from any of this bullshit that's happening right now. And I highly, highly encourage anybody that has over $100 in cryptocurrencies to invest in one of these. It will protect you in the long run. I guarantee it. So definitely pick one of these up if you're going to be investing in cryptocurrencies, or if you already have invested in cryptocurrencies, or use a paper wallet. I actually have a link in the description below for Ledger. If you do decide to buy a hardware wallet, I have a referral link in the description below, and if you purchase using that referral link, it helps my channel out in the production quality. I can do more videos and spend more money on production quality for these videos, and so every little bit helps, guys. But if you decide to go with Trezor is another hardware wallet that is just as good as Ledger. I prefer Ledger personally because I think that it has more integrations, it has more applications, it has more coins that are being added all of the time. Like, I recently invested in Cardano a few months ago, and it's gone up in value. It's skyrocketed in value over the past few months, And so I want to keep those funds safe. And Ledger is going to be the first hardware wallet to implement Cardano on it. So I'm really happy with this purchase for that specific reason. However, there are other hardware wallets out there. Now, I will say this. I do not trust buying hardware wallets from third-party sources. I'm talking about Amazon, eBay, anything like that. I do not encourage anybody to buy a hardware wallet from those third-party sources because you have no idea what they've done to tamper with that hardware wallet. So I would suggest purchasing from the manufacturer themselves. Now, if you absolutely cannot wait and you don't heed my advice, go out and purchase a hardware wallet on eBay or Amazon, but that's on you. You take that risk whenever you do that. So let's see. I'm trying to think if there was anything else that I wanted to mention about this exploit. I don't think there was anything else. Oh, yes, there was. There was one more thing that I wanted to mention about this. Coinbase. Somebody asked me if Coinbase was a safe place to store your Bitcoin or Ethereum or Litecoin for this hack. Like, let's say this hack gets uncontrollable and Coinbase loses a bunch of funds because of this hack. They definitely have insurance for anything on their end. If you read the fine print, it says anything that happens on their end, security-wise, that means like physical security breaches, software security breaches, theft from employees, anything like that is covered. However, if it's on your end, it is not covered. So let's say this exploit grabs your specific username and password for Coinbase, and somehow they get your two-factor authentication if you have that as well. It'd be very difficult, but let's say they did. Coinbase would not insure those funds because it was on your end, so it's important to read that fine print. I would not encourage anybody to place their funds on Coinbase during this time. Now, that's just me personally. You might get differing opinions from other people, and that's fine. They can argue their point all they want. Me personally, I will not be leaving any of my funds on Coinbase, and I don't encourage anybody to do so. All right. So that's everything that I wanted to talk about tonight. Again, I highly encourage you guys to stay safe and use some of these methods that I talked about tonight to keep yourself safe. Be on the lookout for any patches that might be coming to your hardware. And, start changing your passwords now. Change them early and often. Now I'm going to open up the floor to any questions that anyone might have. So feel free to start piling in your questions into the chat, and I will do my best to answer them. And after the Q&A is over, after about 10 minutes of Q&A, we're going to do the $25 Bitcoin drawing, and we're going to see how that goes. Tonight, I implemented Nightbot on my chat, so it's going to be chosen at random using Nightbot, and so hopefully I implemented it well so that it works properly. We'll just have to wait and see. But yeah, let's open up the floor to any questions that anyone might have. All right, so let's scroll up a little bit and see if anybody asked anything early on. What is the band slash song of your intro music? I like it. It's actually Alan Walker, Fade. It's a no copyright song, so I think that's really cool. With Wall Street on the up and up with no down in sight, when do you think the next recession will hit and how bad will it be? Um, that's a really tough question to answer, but it definitely is coming. There's no way that we can sustain the market the way we have. There are definitely things that are signaling a recession coming, like the value of the dollar continuing to fall every single day. But it's really hard to determine exactly when it will hit. And when it does hit, I'm expecting cryptocurrencies to fall as well, just because there's not going to be as much money in the market as a whole. However, there are a lot of people that are saying that cryptocurrencies might go up in value because people are worried about the inflation of the US dollar. So they're going to go to something that is more deflationary, like Bitcoin. So it'll be interesting to see. Johan asked, I just ordered a Ledger Nano S. That works to put in on Hashflare, right? Yes. You can definitely direct your Hashflare earnings to your Ledger Nano S. Thoughts on Visa banning cryptocurrency backed cards? Visa is trying to compete, and I completely understand why they would do that. They're a business just like any other business. They're going to do what they need to do to stay in business, and I can't blame them for what they decided to do. Cryptocurrencies, the cryptocurrency community, needs to implement their own credit cards. And eventually I think that's going to happen, and I think they're going to be decentralized, and it's going to be a beautiful thing. So we'll just have to wait for something like that. Hello, do you give away Bitcoin? Yes, I do at the end of every stream. Let's see. Are you investing into any new ICOs? I am currently not. I am invested in Tezos and NVO right now, and I have not invested in anything since then. Why is Litecoin moving sideways and not correlating well with altcoins or Bitcoin movement? Should I hold? Ryan, I think 2018 is going to be an incredible year for cryptocurrencies. That being said, I don't have any financial advice for you. I can't tell you what to do with your money. Litecoin is miles ahead of Bitcoin right now as far as upgrades and implementations on the blockchain itself. So I think it has a lot of room to grow just based on that fact alone. It's basically like a testing ground for Bitcoin, and it currently transacts faster than the Ethereum blockchain. So in my eyes, that makes it a good asset. Hopefully that answers your question. Why is Stellar down? Probably because Ripple is down. I'm pretty sure those two are correlated with one another. Is KeyPass an iPhone app too? I don't know if KeyPass is actually on the iPhone. You would have to look that up on... I don't have an iPhone, and so I couldn't tell you. I actually use Android, so you would have to look that up on your marketplace on your iPhone. I'm sorry. What would you suggest to start with crypto with about $500? Should I risk it with HYIP, or should I trade or anything else? QHY, to answer your question, man, again, I don't give financial advice. I've definitely made a video, though, recently about my top 5 altcoin choices moving into 2018. So if you wanted to go and check that out, I did a good video on listing out my top 5 choices for cryptocurrencies moving into 2018 and why I chose them. So, and then I did another video because somebody asked me to on top 5 cryptocurrencies under $5 moving into 2018. So if you don't like my first video's choices, you can take a look at that one as well. Those are my personal choices, and they are not financial advice. So please, don't take them as financial advice. Change all passwords now. Then again, after PCs, Macs get patched. Yes, Kawaii Guy, definitely change your passwords early and often. Miko, are you doing Pimp My Portfolio? Yes, I'm going to be doing Pimp My Portfolio on Wednesdays. Next Wednesday is going to be the first time that I've done Pimp My Portfolio since this summer. I'm very excited to do that. And somebody, actually, yeah, I got somebody's in. I got somebody's portfolio in this week, and I've been taking a look at it, doing a little bit of research on some of the things that were in it and some of the potential investments. So next Wednesday is going to be the first time that I actually do that. I'm really excited about it too. Do you expect Cardano surpasses Ethereum? That's really hard to say. That's really hard to say. I think Ethereum currently has a pretty good grasp on the market just because of the Ethereum Enterprise Alliance. Ethereum Enterprise Alliance has so many large corporations attached to it, so it'd be really difficult to beat that right now. Do I think it's possible in the future? Absolutely, because Cardano is trying to implement a brand new type of blockchain with a brand new algorithm, and the amount of transactions per second that they're showing right now is already incredible. So to see where they are in 2 years from now even is going to be just light years ahead of Ethereum, unless Ethereum were to implement sharding and Casper soon. I can't say how well the Ethereum blockchain is going to perform once those things are implemented. Hopefully that helps answer your question. Is KeepKey a good hardware wallet for altcoins? I actually don't know anything about that, so I would have to look into that for you and answer that at a later time. Staffa ICO, what is the best coin to hold in 2018? Again, I can't give financial advice, so for me personally, the coin that I'm going to be the most bullish on this year is NEO, and I made a video about why I think NEO is going to do well in 2018, so if you want to go and check that out, feel free to do so. If you had $1,000 of Bitcoin, would you hold it or reinvest in other coins? Where do we send our portfolio to you, or when? You can send your portfolio to cryptomarketinvestments@gmail.com, and I will take a look at your portfolio. I am only going to do 1 or 2 a week on Wednesdays, so if you do send that in to me, just realize that I am only going to do 1 or 2 portfolios a week. And again, it is not financial advice. It is just my personal take on what I would do with those specific cryptocurrencies. If I had $1,000 though of Bitcoin, would I hold it or reinvest it in other coins? I think I would hold about half of it personally. and the other half I would probably invest in other cryptocurrencies. Now, I'm not big on expanding my portfolio a lot. I like to pick and choose very specific projects that I invest in. So it would probably only be like one or two other altcoins. Um, but yeah, hopefully that answers that question. What is the best portfolio manager to use? I prefer Blockfolio on my phone. It's very simple and lightweight, and it updates immediately. I really, really like it, but there are tons of them out there. Even coinigy, I use coinigy online, and I can implement APIs from all of the exchanges that I use. So that's also another great tool. But yeah. Okay, it is 7:29, guys. I am going to pick a specific person in the audience right now, and that person, if you put your Bitcoin address, if you send your Bitcoin address to me in the chat, I will send you $25 worth of Bitcoin. So let's go ahead and use this bot and see who the winner is. Let's check it out, guys. Nice. KoolCoin is the winner tonight. Congrats, KoolCoin. You win $25 worth of Bitcoin. All you have to do is type your public key, your public wallet address into the chat, and whoops, something happened to that video, unfortunately. I don't know what just happened. But just put your Bitcoin wallet address into the chat, and I will send you $25 worth of Bitcoin. All right, guys, that is going to be it for this evening. KoolCoin, congratulations again on winning the $25 worth of Bitcoin. Thank you all very much for watching the live stream. Okay. I'm such a newbie, I don't even have a public key yet. You can give it away to someone else tonight, no problem. All right. That is very generous of you. So let's try it again. Let's roll again, guys. Winner. Let's roll it again. Frank Bryson. Frank Bryson. Oh, you already posted yours. Perfect. You already posted yours in the comment section. So I'm going to go ahead and copy that and send you that $25 worth of Bitcoin. Congratulations, man. All right. So thank you all so much for watching. I appreciate every single one of you. Please, please, please take some of my advice and stay safe with this exploit, with this Intel and AMD exploit. Please, please do your research on this subject and get more advanced in security, and keep yourself safe. Keep all of your funds safe. Please don't lose any of your money. That is the worst thing that could ever happen. It's happened to me before, and it was the worst feeling in the world. So please, please, please keep yourself safe, keep your money safe. That is going to be it for tonight, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you all next week, and I will be posting videos every single day, so be on the lookout for those. That's going to be it for tonight, guys. Crypto Clay out.